awesome. That is awesome. That's always good to hear when when you put something on paper, you plan it out, and then you actually go through with it. Like I said, um, I was able to jump in for like a few seconds before my feed kind of went out, but it looked good from excuse me, but it looked good from what I was seeing though. So how many outfits exactly did you put together?
There were 7.
7 outfits. Okay.
7 outfits. One, the last one that I did was probably one of my favorites because I don't know, something about the way I mixed it together, the way it looked like a really nice outfit. A lot of people were complimenting on the outfits, and that one in particular got a lot of compliments because they were like, "Oh my god, it looks so nice! It looks very presentable.
Yeah.
You look very professional," and I liked it.
Okay. So these are all great things that you should be always going for. You should be always going for professional, casual, something that can appeal to everybody.
Yeah.
So that's really, really good.
Yeah.
Is this going to be your only fall haul? Are you looking to do a winter haul, a holiday haul?
I'm hoping to keep that a surprise for everyone at home, hopefully.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to spread that news at some
What's
point
up, guys?
whenever I do things out. But I'm praying that'll be the next surprise that people will get to see.
Okay. All right. I ain't gonna press you on that then. So we'll wait for that. We'll wait for that surprise. That's really, really good. That's really good. So, all right. So I won't press you on that particular topic. So let's go back to the fall haul. Was there anything that you did that you're gonna try to repeat, or was there anything that you did that you're gonna try to change?
Honestly, some of the stuff I do kind of want to repeat a little.
Mm-hmm.
As far as outfits go, most of the outfits did require me to either wear the same pants or the same shirts or the same shoes, and because I only have so many limited amount of fall shoes that I can wear.
Right.
And as far as that goes, and even though I did have some of the outfits did require the same pants or shoes or shirts, so a lot of the people who were in there liked the max, they like the mix up, basically. So I was happy with what I presented, and a lot of them were more so. Some of the outfits I liked more than the ones I had picked out. So.
Okay. So, and how many models were you the only one modeling clothes, right?
I was the only one modeling clothes, although I did have a friend of mine who kind of helped me. I pulled an outfit for her together for her to model, and it turned. I really wish I had a picture of it, but it looks really nice.
All right.
From the way I put it, so.
Okay. Awesome. Now, would you consider inviting more models, male models, female models?
Definitely, I would definitely like to bring in more male models. I really wish a friend of mine could have been able to do this with me, but he had other plans on the day that I was doing this.
Gotcha.
Which explains why he wasn't able to do it with me.
Gotcha.
And I'm hoping that hopefully for the next time I do a haul, I can plan this in advance and make sure that I can get him in so he can maybe get some time to plan the outfits of what he's going to model and for what he wants to present, because I want these halls to come from male and a female perspective, so that way it's not just a woman's perspective of outfits.
Okay, because that would be my next suggestion, were to basically, how would you be able to bring in a bigger audience as far as demographic? You know, you're fitting a niche or a need for a certain segment, but you have a bigger segmentation of people that you want to try to reach as well. So, you know, once you understand your segmentation, then you want to be able to kind of expand and grow and start to reach out to different places. So that's when you want to start considering new faces, other faces to bring in. But you know, this you're starting out, so you're still getting a kind of getting an idea of where you want to go as far as as far as what you want to present, and find out what is your signature, you know. Courtney, what's up? Melissa, how's it going? What's up, cuz? What's going on? Jeremiah, how's it going? YouTube, good to see everybody here. Today we're doing going back to the garage. As you guys can see, we're working on that car idea that I was doing yesterday. Just giving because we gotta talk about that Lego stuff. So what I was doing here was I added a hood, so that way I have my engine and stuff like that, and I'm closing it up. So I still have to find a way to build and put all this back together. So that's what we're doing over here. But we are talking with Mini_Mouse099. So we are talking to Minnie Mouse. I'm going to try to bring this through as best I can. It's tonight was not a good night for me. I don't know why, but I fell asleep, which I never do. I never fall asleep. But for whatever reason, I was sitting on the couch and I was listening to this guy talking, and I think because of the dryness and boringness of his voice, it just kind of put me out. So I was like, oh snap! I woke up, I was like, oh my gosh.
I can relate to that in many situations.
All right, so Minnie Mouse, are you taking? I don't know if I asked you this before, but are you taking any fashion? Oh, actually, no, not fashion classes. Are you looking to do any internship in the fashion industry? I know that what you're going to school for is not necessarily fashion, but is that something that you are looking into as far as just getting some understanding on some knowledge?
I haven't necessarily considered looking at an internship in terms of fashion, because I do like helping people choose out their clothes. It's something I've probably been good at for about maybe a year or so. Because a lot of people will come to me and be like, I need help choosing out an outfit for this event, or I need help choosing out an outfit for this. And I would try to compile a list of clothing of what looks good with which pants, or which colors mix with whatever style. And I haven't really thought of doing as far as fashion, but I was thinking about possibly considering it.
Okay.
And maybe dabbling with it a little bit to see how it plays out, and just go from there.
Okay. Now I only mention that because when you're thinking about kind of like a side hustle or side job, you want to always make sure that you keep your avenues open. You you can go different avenues as far as a career path. You can always go different avenues while you're in this early stage of your career. So your early stages of your career, because you're in college, you're a sponge right now. So you're going to be soaking up a lot of things right now. And it's up to you. Just like a sponge can continue to soak and soak and soak and soak until it either overflows or you squeeze some of that stuff out. You get rid of some of that stuff, but you still retain a good bit amount of the stuff that you're trying to retain. So that's just something to keep your mind open to.
Yeah.
All right. 1 second. I'm trying to find this piece. And I forgot to look for this piece from yesterday. But more than likely, I probably won't be able to find it again tonight. Actually, no. Here it is. All right. Tasman, what's up? All right. Hold on. Devin, I read a whole book, then take a test on it. And I was lazy, and I guessed, and I got one wrong. Devin, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There's some people that like that. They could read one thing, take the whole test, get the whole thing right. Some people can't do that. I know I'm not the type to be able to do that. Like I need to.
I'm one of the people.
Yeah, I'm not one of those people. I need to be able to read. I need to be able to read it and understand what I'm doing. Just like this. Okay. So, for your fall haul, was there a particular designer as far as, was there a particular brand that you used overall as far as a main brand?
Some of the brands some of the clothes that I presented, some of them were from either Forever 21 or Hollister. Because most of the clothes, like most of the shirts that I got, were either bought or they were hand-me-downs from a friend of mine who we're practically the same size. We're both very tall people, but we have very tiny bodies, so we can practically fit clothes.
What does that mean? What do you mean by tall? Like height-wise or limbs-wise?
Like instead of like height-wise, I'm 5'6".
Okay.
And so I consider myself to be tall only because I guess I have long arms, which people have said that I'm resourceful for reaching tall shelves that they can't reach. And a lot of people in school would egg, and I have long legs. Like I have not like ridiculously long legs, but like I have long legs to the point where it's like people have complimented me about being on the gymnastics team or on the track team or on the cheerleading team, and I've always been like, oh yeah, I can see myself doing that. And a lot of people would ask me, especially with in high school, I would have to transition from class to class, and I would have to walk through the halls to get to my classes, and a lot of people would be like, how do you get to class so fast? You just walk so ridiculously fast. And I'm like, because I want to be late.
Exactly.
So,
that's funny.
I would definitely get a lot of those questions being asked me, like, oh my gosh, Maya, you walk so fast. How do you do it? Like, geez. And I mean, personally, it's not that hard, at least in my opinion, because I've been doing it for so long. But I just have that tall frame, but my body is really tiny, and I have a very tiny, torso. And so it's to the point where I can fit in, very small clothes. So I guess in a sense it's good, and it's and it's great getting a lot of compliments from your friends saying oh, you're so skinny, or you stay in good shape, and yeah, I do. I mean, I do work out at least a couple times a week, and I make sure to get my fitness in once in a while because I do want to remain in good shape.
Right.
So.
That makes sense. I mean, you should want to stay in good shape. You should want that, no doubt.
Yeah.
Is so so interesting. When I was growing up, um, fitness was a huge thing for me because like in school, at least for the guys, it was important for us to have some type of definition. So
Yeah.
I was like real skinny growing up. I hit my growth spurt. I didn't hit. I wasn't in the 6 foot range, but I was like 5'10", very early on. So I was lanky. So it was important for me to gain as much muscle as possible because I wanted to look a certain way. And as I got older, it kind of changed. Um, yeah, as I got older, it kind of changed how I wanted to look. Like I made it my business not to look fat. Um,
Yeah.
and that's just my own personal thing. Like I didn't want to look fat. I don't want to look overweight. I wanted so that when I come and visit my friends, when my friends see me, I remember for my 10-year high school graduation, dating myself a little bit, for my 10-year high school graduation, I made it my business to look impressive. So that's what I did. I physically looked impressive, compared to my friends. My other friends, we were all skinny, but some of us, we gained weight. Some of us we didn't look our age at the time. But that's just how I want to be remembered for my appearance. So when it comes to you, um, appearance is important to keep up, to maintain. You know, so is your so that kind of leads me into my next question to you. Is your fall haul geared towards the athletic type, the the lazy body type is like what I like to call it? What is your who is your fall haul geared towards?
Basically, some of the outfits I did show were lazy and comfortable kind of outfits. Like I had an outfit where it had like a sweater with leggings and moccasins, or like a long sleeve sweater with leggings and a pair of Converses, and that kind of. So some of the outfits were kind of like a cozy, laid back type of outfits, and then some of them were like sophisticated and classy, but like I still want to look cute for the fall season type of look. So I kind of went along both of those paths of like lazy and comfortable and classy and sophisticated, but I want to look cute.
Lazy and comfortable, and also you said classy and sophisticated.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. And did you feel like you captured that?
I feel like I did, especially with my friend Kat's outfit. Her outfit was basically just like a red and black sweater with leggings and combat boots with like a little huge hat. That went across the type as like a lazy and cute look, and I'm proud that I was able to manage to put that all together. Because fall colors include like red, yellow, orange, and I just basically, when it comes to thinking of fall outfits, I had to think about what colors she had in her closet and what colors might mix and clash, and the theme that kind of went with her outfit was kind of like a red and black type look. So it was kind of like a nice fall calm and cute.
Okay. What made you want to do this fall haul? What gave you that inspiration?
Like I've seen a lot of YouTubers in my time do fall hauls. I want to say my biggest inspiration for doing this fall haul was Emma Chamberlain, who is one of my favorite YouTubers.
Okay.
And she basically I got inspiration for me because bless you.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
She kind of gave me this inspiration to start a fall haul because I saw all her hauls on her channel and I was like, I want to try this because I feel like it would be a lot of fun and a lot of people could get some good ideas.
Okay. Jay.
I actually did like some of the ideas. I had a lot of people text me afterwards after the stream and they were like, oh my gosh, I loved this outfit, or I loved the way that you put this together, and I was very happy. And a lot of people were like, "Where did you get some of the ideas from?" And most of the outfit ideas that I did pull up were from Pinterest, because of course I needed a little bit of help. I couldn't do it by myself, so I of course went to Pinterest for my reliable needs. And nearly enough, they provided me with good inspiration on what outfits would look best. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll pull some of this off, pull some of that, and mix that and see where that gets me. And I'm happy that I'm first of all happy that I was able to plan it all and do it, and secondly, I was happy that I got such good feedback from people, and especially for the ones who I created outfits for. I was happy to get good feedback on them and be like, oh yeah, I really like this outfit and it was really nice, really cute. Especially my friend Dakota's outfit. Her outfit I liked a lot because it was so good, because it was like a mix of cozy and a bit active. So I wanted to come across that as well.
Okay.
And I'm overall super proud of myself for helping my friends plan such good outfits and managing to put this all together.
You should be very proud of what you were able to accomplish. And how long was it? How long were you planning this? Because of the fall haul. I remember you mentioned it a couple of times on the stream. But how long have you been planning this fall haul?
I started planning this fall haul, I believe it was close to the end of July I planned it.
Okay.
That's when I started planning things out and working out things. And then around the second week of August, I started texting two friends of mine saying, I wanted you to kind of help me model some outfits for my fall haul I got going on my Instagram Live on this day. Can you guys help me out? And at the time, they were available to do so. But then getting closer to the day of the event, some people had to cancel because of either they had work or they just had something else.
Right.
And of course, I completely understood. I was totally flexible about it. I was lucky enough to manage to get two other people to help me out as well. And I'm just happy. Like, I was just overall happy with starting from start to finish. I was happy with planning everything. It was a lot of work, but the overall of it was a good turnout.
Excellent. Hard work. Your hard work is always going to be noticed, especially when you put your heart and soul into it. You know, it's going to be noticed. So that's really good. That's very good. Don't fall. There you go. All right. Devin, luck can create a bad habit. I imagine you would have gotten 100%. Oh, okay, all right. Marilyn's just responding to what Devin was saying earlier about his test taking skills. Okay, so now without any spoilers or getting information, are you looking to make this fall haul thing a traditional thing?
I'm hoping to start it as like a traditional thing. Like every fall, I start at the fall haul.
Okay.
And same hopefully for the upcoming ones that I have in the future.
Okay. There we go. That's what I wanted to hear. Now, a word that is very important, a word that you should really take important is consistency. So if you do something like this, consistency is key. Because once you start to do it, you start to build a following. People who are looking forward to either your fall haul or to your different types of hauls that you might do. So all I would mention to you is that your consistency is very important, and it is key to your success. All right. So just a bit of a suggestion. So, do you follow a lot of people who are into fashion, like on your Instagram and so on and so forth?
As far as fashion, not too much. I'm more on the makeup side. I follow a lot of people who do makeup because I'm also a huge fan of makeup. I've considered dabbling and teaching people how to do certain things with eyeshadow because over the years of
that's awesome, Devin. Sorry, go ahead.
I've learned from a true, pure expert of makeup, James Charles. I've been watching his videos since 2017, and since then, and learning his makeup tips and tricks, I've learned a lot from what he does and how to do such good eyeshadow blends, and especially with now having his palette, there's a lot of really good colors. Like, one thing I love about the James Charles palette is that it has a lot of really good colors that I can use. Like greens and whites and blues and reds that I can mix together, and it even has pinks and purples and a lot of that, which I'm very grateful for because my mom didn't want to get it for me the first time because she was kind of worried about the wacky colors that were in there, and I was like, that's the point of the palette, that there are supposed to be colors that are in there that may seem a bit whack to parents,
right?
But of course to teenagers it'll make sense because it's like, okay, I need that color for a certain reason,
right?
And so I've wanted to try to see if because I have taught people some things about certain tricks with eyeshadow on how to do, especially for the Pride months coming up in around May or June. I taught people how to do basically different types of flags with eyeshadow, like the gay flag, the bisexual flag, the pan flag, the non-binary flag. I've taught a lot of people how to do that, and they've learned and they've complimented me on how good I do those certain things, and they're like, it's really good. You should really consider doing makeup tutorials on how to do different color flags. And I've considered it for sure. I've definitely thought about it, and I might once in a while post a video and show people how to do certain things with eyeshadow and how to put on a certain look when it comes to makeup. So.
Okay. You say you've considered it. Have you moved forward onto it or no?
Not yet.
Okay. Why is that? Is it you're still trying to figure certain things out on it, or?
That, and I'm trying to find a time when I can, because of course, as of this week, I started my new schedule with schooling and my new classes, and as far as I know, so far it's been hectic. Yesterday, I was exhausted because I had 3 classes, and that really put me out. I was exhausted. I ended up just being really tired, but it was all good. In a hard day's work, I ended up getting a McDonald's meal out of it. So my brother was going so crazy over the Travis Scott meal that's now going popular on McDonald's. Like, let's try that. So
The what?
the Travis Scott meal. I'm surprised you haven't heard of this. It's been like probably all over social media lately.
Travis Scott meal. I don't eat McDonald's, so I'm not
Okay.
Yeah, I've retired from McDonald's for the last. I want to say for the last 7 years. I've retired from McDonald's.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I haven't had the only thing that I've had in McDonald's has been they had these frozen Minute Maid drinks. They had last year. That was like the only thing that I've had from a McDonald's by accident. But I haven't had a number two. That was my favorite meal, double cheeseburger meal. I haven't had that.
Yeah.
So, yep. But what is that? What is that all about? Travis, what was it called?
The Travis Scott meal. It basically consists of a quarter pounder with cheese and bacon, a side of fries with barbecue sauce, and then a medium Pepsi, or not Pepsi, Sprite.
Okay.
And it actually wasn't bad. It actually tasted pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. My brother was going nuts over it because of course when he told me, I was like, what? Travis Scott meal? What's that? I've never heard of that. And then he showed me like a video, and I was like, oh, okay, looks pretty good. So, and of course, my brother being my brother, he begged my mom for it. She gave in and said yes.
Of course.
So I was at least glad that after all my hard work of classes, I got to enjoy a nice, good meal from McDonald's.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Travis Young. And this is something Travis Young is who? I don't know who Travis Young is.
So Travis Scott is a
Travis
rapper.
Scott. Oh, he's a rapper.
He's a rapper that some of my friends listen to. I listen to him maybe once or twice. His songs are pretty okay. I know my sister listens to him a lot. I'm more of of course, every one of my siblings' artists are different. I'm more of the person who listens to like Megan Trainor, the Jonas Brothers, One Direction, Ariana Grande, stuff like that. And my brother, his music consists of very what's the word? Meme music, if you will.
You said mean music?
Like meme music.
Okay. I'm so lost. What does mean? Like rap or
in terms, like meme music in terms of like music you would hear in certain memes or trends.
Oh, meme music.
Yeah. Like
meme
music.
Okay.
Listen to that type of stuff. And
okay, got you.
As for my younger sister, which I recently found this out, I didn't notice until I looked in her room because she has a bunch of photos of certain people that she listens to on her Spotify. She listens to like XXX Tentacion, Pop Smoke, Travis Scott, and I was like, I did not realize this because I didn't think of my younger sister to listen to those types of artists. But then again, I wouldn't know because she's always closed off in her room all the time. So
wow.
She's isolated herself from us. Never really comes out of her room unless it's to get food or get them to drink. But
she's like that.
Yeah, either that or she occasionally likes to go longboarding.
Longboarding, okay.
Yeah, so.
Interesting. I'm learning so much. It's such an interesting family. Okay. All right, so I've learned something new today. I've never heard of this, but I'm thankful that you told me this. right, I gotta switch these things up. How much I got here? 9. All right, let's see if I can switch it up real quick. Wow, meme music is a thing. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. All right. Meme music.
Meme music.
Now I gotta look that stuff up now.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up now. Wow. Okay.
Probably the funniest stuff you will ever hear.
Interesting. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Almost every 90s song. And other stuff. Okay. That's true, Devin. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to find a piece here. Why can't I find it? All right, I'm gonna try something. I'm being lazy too. I could just go on. I could just go downstairs and get the thing I'm looking for. But I'm trying to avoid doing that. Like I'm legitimately like changing this whole thing up. And my nose is running again for no reason. Well, actually, no, there is a reason. The weather changed. I went outside and it was like like chilly, so that kind of caught me off guard.
I was very happy to go outside today to just feel how it was and just notice that there was a bit chill in the air, which made me happy because that means that fall is slowly coming and summer is sending ghosts. And believe me, my friends are freaking out about it. I actually had an hour call today with my friend Megan. She was like spazzing out. She was like, "Did you go outside? It is chilly outside. I'm starting to pull the coats out and sweaters."
How is that how do people really like I hate the winter. I was born in the winter. But I hate the winter. I don't like shoveling snow. I don't like playing in snow anymore. I could do without the winter for the rest of my life. People love it. I don't get it.
Winter's probably one of my favorite seasons, only because Christmas roams in that section. That's the only reason. I like playing in snow. I like taking pictures out in snow. But as far as snowball fights go, I'm not a fan of those anymore because I think this was like many years ago. Long story short, I got hit in the face with, I believe, an ice ball, and that hurt really bad, like to the point where I got a cut on my like above my eyebrow. That hurt so bad.
I'm not laughing at you, but I was back in high school. We were really bad. Our senior year, we were feeling like we were, excuse me. We were feeling like we were, we're seniors, we're upperclassmen. We can do whatever we want. So we, for the winter, we would get snowballs, and we would put them in the car. We had a cooler. Okay. We had the snowballs. We put it in the cooler. The snow would harden, and we would drive around, and we would hit people with snowballs as we're driving.
Oh my gosh!
There was this one kid. To this day, I would never forget. I felt like a horrible person. That was the day that I realized, Corey, you are living on two sides of the fence, and you cannot do that anymore.
Yeah.
But I hit this one kid. We were going up a hill, so we was driving up like this, and this kid was coming down the hill, and you could tell they were taking their time because it was slippery. So I told my friend to slow down. And I timed it just right. I don't know why, but physics, I was really good at physics. So I was able to kind of plan how slow they were walking to how fast we were going up to where I will be able to throw it and for it to be suspended in air and hit this person. Sure enough, I planned it. I threw it. It hit this kid in the face, and the kid fell and then slid. And I saw that. My friends were laughing. I saw that. And I was like, I'm a monster.
Oh God! Oh no!
I was like, guys, I can't do this no more. They were like, what are you talking about? Now you have a conscience? I was like, I've always had a conscience. I can't do this no more. I saw that kid later on the year, and I was like, I actually apologized to that kid. I said, hey, I don't know, you probably don't remember this, but you fell after getting hit with a random snowball, right? He's like, you saw that? I was like, yeah, I was the guy who threw it. He was like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, man, I'm real sorry, bro. So I felt bad. I'm sorry. He after that, he felt good because that you never know that could have shaped that kid's life in such a negative way. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's why I don't like. That's why I don't like. I don't like snowballs like that. I don't even like winter like that.
My experience with snow is just. I mean, I guess in a sense it's kind of bad because I went sledding back where my grandma used to live. She had like a hill that we used to go on every winter and go sledding. I decided to go sledding the one year because why not? My cousin, who's a really good snowboarder, so like he brought his snowboard, and so we decided to go sledding. And of course, me being me, I took the sled without handlebars. It just had like a string to hold on to.
Yeah.
And so I was nervous because when I went down, I felt fine. I was having a good time. And then things started getting a little bit bumpy. And I fell off and went tumbling down the rest of the hill. And all I remember was I hear people calling my name and my mom's concerned. I'm like looking up at the sky and I'm like scared and crying. And I looked really bad. And I went home back to my Nana's house, and I wrapped up in a warm blanket, sat in front of the fire with a cup of hot chocolate, kind of relaxing for the rest of the day. It was not the best day in the world, but it was something. It was an experience that I will never face again.
That always seems to be the soothing nature of the winter. Wrapped up, hot cocoa, that whole thing.
Yeah, I always like that. Like that's probably been one of my favorite things about winter is just sitting at home. I drink hot cocoa occasionally, but eggnog is kind of like my go-to in the holiday because it's really good.
Right.
It's like a lot of people don't understand because they're like, I don't understand the whole thing of eggnog, and I'm like, it's just the thickness of it, and the taste is really good, and it fills your stomach.
That's Travis's go-to thing. Once the holidays comes around, Travis is the first person to buy eggnog, and then he's the first one to crack it open. Ever since we were kids, I would always drink eggnog when it was like an occasion. My brother would, as soon as my mom buys it, he'll crack it open. He'll just drink that thing.
Yeah, that was kind of like me in a sense because every year, whenever it would normally be like when October's hitting, because that's when I think because for our grocery stores, that's when eggnog will most likely hit stores around October or November.
Right.
And as soon as I see it just sitting there in its case, just sitting there, just on display, I look at my mom. I'll be like, Mom, please.
You know what to do.
Let me get it. Please. Just let me just walk over there, go grab it, and she'll always be like, no, wait, Maya. Just like, I'm like, but please, it's right there.
Like, Mom, you know what to do. Stop playing games.
Like, come on, it's sitting right there. Just let me go grab it. And she'll be like, no. And it's like I always have to wait for December to arrive, and then it's like as soon as the holiday season hits, it's like we go back to the grocery store, look at my mom, and I'm like, Now can I go?
Can I do it now?
I'm like, yes, let's go. But one of the things that I feel like that has become a true tradition, especially for school, back when I was in high school, was making a certain batch of these cookies called eggnog.
Eggnog cookies.
Eggnog cookies. Everyone loved them. I brought them in for a 6th grade Spanish party, and everyone so of course I took some because I wanted some, of course, because they were mine. So, and then I went back to go get more, but the entire box I brought was empty. But by the time I went to go get more, like the entire box was just gone. I was like, jeez, I didn't think y'all would like them, but okay. And a lot of people were like complimenting me and asking me like, you made these? And I was like, yes. And they were like, they're really good.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, and because like I wasn't used to getting like compliments like that because I was always just like the shy kid.
Yeah.
And so like no one really paid attention to me really. But getting compliments like that, saying like, oh my gosh, I really love them. I like that made me feel good. And I was like, they like my cookies.
Good.
Nice.
That's a good feeling.
And then since then, it became a tradition every year to make them for certain classes.
Okay.
And there was always one person in particular who would request to make them every year.
Of course.
And he was like, Maya, make the cookies again this year, right? I was like, yep, I got you. And he'll be like, all right.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
He always put in his request every single year, every year.
As he should. He should.
It was always a thing with him, and I loved it. So that was probably like the best thing. Just enjoying making those batches and being with the family during the holidays is always the best because it's like, right. I especially loved, and anyone else can probably relate to this, but just sitting in your living room on the holiday season, watching the snow fall, your Christmas tree is right in front of you, and it's sparkling because the lights are on. You see some of the presents are kind of crowded around the bottom of the tree. Mm-hmm. You hear Nat King Cole's the Christmas song playing in the background, and just enjoying yourself, and just living in the Christmas atmosphere. I mean, nobody can say that they've never have had that experience because I've had that like multiple times.
Right.
And like, no one can lie when they say that atmosphere itself, it's a calm atmosphere to be in.
It is. It's calm. It's soothing. It's a beautiful feeling.
That feeling is just yes.
Like everything is right with the world. Everything about that feeling is just.
It's so great. Like I love it every year. It's just me, just taking in the sounds of Nat King Cole filling my ears as I drink eggnog and enjoy the sight of the Christmas tree.
Yes.
Like that makes me feel so warm inside. Yes. Like I just tune out the world just for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Just take time to enjoy what's in front of me right now.
One song that I really don't like to hear during Christmas.
Oh boy.
Is it's a song that reminds me of my first job. Okay. So my first official job, I've held many unofficial jobs, but you don't get your working papers. At least for me, you didn't get your working papers until you were 16.
Okay.
So I got mine when I was 16, and my first official job was a job at Modell's Sporting Goods. So I worked during the holidays, and they played this one particular song, and this particular song, it drove me crazy because they would play it. They would play other songs. But this one particular song drove me crazy to the point where One, I knew that it wasn't the holidays until that song came out, which I was okay with, but I only wanted to hear it once. I can only hear it once. If I hear it more than once, I'm going to be infuriated. And that's Mariah Carey's famous holiday song. Yeah. I can only hear it once. Once. If I hear that song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, if I hear it twice, my season is finished.
Oh my God, she's like the queen of Christmas.
She is. Absolutely. There's no you will get no debate from me.
I don't know if anyone's tried this experiment. I actually recently tried it before I started this whole like try not to listen to holiday music challenge.
Yeah.
But if you ask your Alexa to play the queen of Christmas, it'll pull up All I Want for Christmas Is You.
I'm sure it will.
The best ever. Like I didn't realize it until I saw it on an ad, and I was like, that works. And so I tried it, and I was like, it does work. That's crazy. and so I showed it to my mom, and she was even blown away with how crazy it was, and she was like, that works. I was like, yeah, it does. And she was like, that's insane.
Now, I was about to play my favorite holiday song. But I remember you said you have you're doing that challenge, so I won't play it. But
what's the song at least?
It's by the Rolettes. If I start thinking about it, I'm gonna want to play it.
Is it
Sleigh Ride? Yeah. Sleigh
That's
Ride.
what I thought. I was like, yeah, I know that one.
Now that song saved my Christmas. So same thing, different job. So this happened maybe 5 years later at my second official job at T-Mobile, and we worked during the holidays. And when that song came on, and I worked in the mall, when that song came on, oh my gosh, I was a totally different person. Like I would get out of we had a booth in the middle of the mall where people walked by and we were selling phones. And as soon as I heard the beginning of it is like the sleigh bells and everything, and then they start playing. I'm like, yo, they're like, yo, Corey, yo, get back, get focused. No, I gotta dance. Yo, I jump out and I start dancing in the middle of the mall. People's walking by. I'm grabbing like old folks, like old ladies, as they're walking by, and I'm grabbing them like, I'm going on. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy. But back in that day, I didn't have a beard. I had glasses. I didn't have a beard, and I had braces, so I looked more nerdy, So I look more innocent. I can't do that now. I'm a grown man now. Like I look crazy doing that. But man, whenever I hear that song, I go crazy.
But like, I can understand that. Honestly, like that's probably the best. I would say one of my favorite Christmas songs, and this is from one of my favorite holiday movies, The Polar Express. Mm-hmm. I love the song The Polar Express because it's so good. It's like as soon as somebody turns that on and I hear the ding 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 ding, I'm like, oh my god, y'all know what song this is? Once again, this is gonna be a great day.
That's
and
it.
I will start singing. I will start belting the lyrics, and you will be just looking at me like, yeah, we're just gonna let her do her thing, and they won't really care because they don't like this by now, so. They'll be like, and so I think I remember my mom the first time she witnessed me do this, she was so confused because she was like, so what's going on with mine? And I was like, oh, she's just going off on her Polar Express rant over here. And I'm like, yeah. I was just enjoying myself and I was just having a good time. But like, that's like one of my favorite songs ever because it's like, as soon as I hear the bells,
yeah,
the train,
mm-hmm.
You already know it's the Polar Express.
You already know what time it is.
Yeah. I was just like into it. I love the Polar Express. It's probably one of my favorites only because there are certain songs in that movie that really are just very, very awesome to me. Like I would say one of my second favorites from the Polar Express soundtrack would be when Christmas comes to town, because it's such a calming song. And it's a really good duet too, which I've sung that song before for like solos when I've had to audition for plays, and a lot of people have complimented me over the years on like how nicely I can sing that part, and I've learned to accept it because at the time I was embarrassed and I was like, no. But I've learned to accept the fact that I can actually sing that part very well. So
okay. That's cool. Chris, see, now you got me thinking. Now you got me wanting certain songs I don't play during the year. I only play Christmas songs during the Christmas season. But man, I'm feeling like playing it right now. But I'll do that afterwards. Listen, let me see something here. So we got about a little under a minute, Minnie Mouse. So real quick, as always, promote yourself. Oh, snap. What? I just drop off like that. Dang it. Well, that was Minnie Mouse, guys. Minnie Mouse _Minnie Mouse 099. She was hanging out tonight. Yeah, she was hanging out. She was hanging out with us tonight. But you guys have a great night. I will see you guys mañana.